I'm Wade Laszlo. Welcome to Correction News and Views, Volume 3. On October 16th, we began our contract negotiations with Hennepin County. The highlights of our proposal are: we're asking for all work shifts and work schedules to be bid by seniority. We want to eliminate the 2-year rule, and we're asking for a 2% and a 2% cost of living increase. Our next meeting is going to be on November 4th when the county is going to give us their proposals. I don't really anticipate it's going to be much different than their proposal to AFSCME, which is 0%, 0%, and several takebacks. If you want to see our full proposal, you can go to our website, and I have a copy of it on there for you. In the news, Richard Johnson, the county administrator, sent out an email stating that the county no longer wants to participate in the vacation PTO conversion program. What that program was is by November 1st of each year, we were allowed to cash in up to 40 hours of vacation time. Then in February, that would show up on your paycheck. Basically, you were cashing out your vacation rather than taking it. This was a new item in our contract. It was something that we had tried for 3 consecutive contracts to get before we were successful in getting that put in the contract. Now, the county is stating the rule is that the reason for this is that $1,576,000 was paid out in 2009 to participating employees in either a lump sum cash payment or by deferring funds to their deferred compensation plans. They seem to look at this as if it's a loss. Well, if you think about it, if everybody takes their vacation, I don't know about the rest of the departments in the county, but ours is generally short-staffed. So if I were to go on vacation, they have to hire overtime to cover my spot. So rather than paying 40 hours, they end up paying 60. 40 for me, and equivalent to 60 hours a time and a half for somebody else. Using that mathematical formula, 40 hours then becomes 100 hours. By allowing us to cash out our vacation, that saves the county overtime money. Also, I view this as a slap in the face. This is a year when they're going to be offering us zeros, and this is a chance for people to loosen their wallets a little bit, get a little extra cash out of an already earned benefit, and they're going to deny us cashing out vacation time to make life a little bit easier for us. Also in the news, Jimmy Hoffa denounced the 35% excise tax plan that Congress is trying to put through on our health insurance. Teamster General President Jimmy Hoffa said today, the proposal to impose a 35% tax on insurers for individual health insurance plans worth more than $8,000 is unfair and unnecessary. He also went on to say, we will fight to convince the conference committee to drop this excise tax. As all of you know, under the proposed health care plan in Washington right now, union health plans are considered Cadillac health plans, and they've been targeted for higher tax rates. I agree with Jimmy Hoffa. We're already paying too much for health insurance. We don't need a tax on top of that. Also in the news, Teamsters Drive has endorsed Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher. Bob Fletcher was instrumental in going to bat for us on Capitol Hill when it was time for our pension, when it was time for the bloodborne pathogens bill, and several other things. Congratulations, Bob Fletcher. Speaking of Drive, you're about to see me do a total reversal on my many years of opposition to Drive. In the past, I've not been happy with certain individuals that they've endorsed, and I've withheld membership in Drive. Now, I'm not only reversing that position, I'm also encouraging all of you to join Drive. Drive is the Democrats, Republicans, and independent voter education is what it stands for, and they endorse pro-union candidates from both parties. For instance, Bob Fletcher is a Republican. It's a misnomer that they only promote Democrats. As you can see from President Hoffa's statement, they're going against many of the Democratic proposals when it comes to the health care plan, and they're standing for us. Another thing is, our lobbyists have done a great job getting us the 55 retirement. Our lobbyists got us the bloodborne pathogens bill. Our lobbyist is not paid for out of Teamster funds, but out of Drive funds. I think in the next few years, especially as money is getting tighter and the environment seems to be getting more and more anti-union, it is more important than ever for us to support Drive and those lobbyists who are going to help us with our profession. That doesn't mean we're going to agree 100% with everything that they always endorse, but I think in the long run, this is to our best interest, and this is the best interest of our profession. And one more thing before I go. Happy Halloween. This has been the 3rd edition of Correction News and Views. I'm Wade Laszlo, Chief Steward, Teamsters Local 320 at the Hennepin County Jail. Thank you.